This is where we get nervous.
Mm-hmm.
All right, wait for the camera. There you go. All right, turn around, strip down. And we're talking about the credit card strip.
Of course, but it's like it's catchy.
They're all small.
Exactly. And then we start a conversation with merchants. You guys have seen the little green swipes, the screen
The
cleaners.
fingers.
Yeah, it's just a casual conversation. So the business owner, whether it's a lawn care guy or a hair care guy, just wants to get paid. Right? At the end of the day, he's just trying to get paid. Checks are going away and cash is going away. So you're left with some sort of plastic or whatever, and we touch all those and we handle all of those. Now, if you're talking, let's say you're talking to a lawn care guy, right? If you're talking to a lawn care guy, realistically, in credit card charges, what's he gonna do? $500 a month, maybe $1,000 a month. He's not gonna do a whole lot, right? So if he's doing, let's say, $1,000 on a monthly basis, right? The difference, he doesn't care, he shouldn't really care if I'm gonna charge him 3% or 4%, because he's not doing any volume. It doesn't really amount to a lot, right? Now, if I'm doing a proposal for Walmart, right? If I'm gonna give Walmart a proposal, 3 or 4% is gonna sound huge. There's no way that they're gonna laugh me out of the room. Right? So, when you speak about pricing, the first thing somebody's gonna say is, well, what's your price? And we have to come back with, well, we gotta know a little more information. You know, to give you a legitimate quote, takes a little information. To give you a number that's just a number out of this, grabbing a number out of the air, I can do that. What number would you like? You want free? I'll give you free. Because the reality is the schedule of fees to accept credit cards might have one bucket. In other words, one price. And if they say we have one price, like for the lawn care guy, it's probably going to be 5%. 3%, 4%, 5%. But if you're only doing $100 a month, who cares? Doesn't matter. What matters to these guys is this. This is going to screw them. Because let's say my monthly fees for this lawn care guy are $10 a month, 10, 20 bucks a month, something like that. Small, insignificant, it's not going to hurt him, right? This isn't really going to hurt him either. All right, so what we do is we tailor-make pricing programs to fit this guy. All right, as soon as this guy starts doing maybe $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 a month, all of a sudden that's starting to matter, isn't it? So I might say, okay, look, man, I'm going to take this and I'm going to change this to this, but you're not going to get away with this anymore, right? You're going to have to commit to $27.50 a month. Now that little extra isn't going to kill you, but now you're doing $3,000 or $4,000 a month. Would you spend 30 bucks to make 3,000?
Yeah.
Right. Right, it's no brainer. But the guy that's new, it's unknown, he doesn't know how much he's going to do in credit card volume. We've got this kind of a parking lot for merchants where we'll give you a merchant number. Your monthly expense is only this, 10 bucks. That's it. So for $10, you get virtual merchant, mobile. So this product will allow you to take credit cards anywhere on the planet. From any computer in the world, whether it's your phone or it's a regular laptop, you'll get a user ID and log in. You can go in and input transactions, run transactions, see how transactions hit your checking account. You can look up deposits. You can see that the deposit actually went to the checking account and so on. So if you're a small merchant and you're going to do weaves in your hair and you're going to do $200 a month, again, I'm going to recommend a little $10 a month program to let you have a transaction or two. Look here, it's your mother's or your sister's or whatever, just one transaction so you can kind of practice and you can see it work and so on. Now, we offer you the $10 without leasing you equipment. So there's, again, going back to no risk or no pain, where my competition, there's no equipment to buy. You literally don't need equipment. The only equipment that a merchant might need is this guy right here.
Goes in your phone and
Yep.
you just swipe.
That thing's about 50 bucks. Now, if it's a retail merchant, let's say, and somebody's walking in regularly and they don't want to use a mobile product. They want to plug this into a laptop or a regular PC or whatever it is. This then can scan the cards here, the electronic Master Visa EMV that slides.
Like Chinese restaurants and stuff like that.
Right. It actually even does the mobile speed pass type thing, which is NFC. So as NFC on the Google Wallet transactions, they'll be able to go bing, just tap and
How
go.
do you do that on the back?
Yeah, you just touch it, go bing, and it reads right through. Yeah, see, this is, it's an antenna. Yeah, big time. Yeah, this is the antenna.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I see the wireless.
Yeah, exactly. So it's inside. All these new payments are coming because cash is going away, checks are going away. 6.4 billion of these are going to get made in the next year. So the payments space is kind of exciting. There's new stuff coming all the time. Right. So, but going back to the no pain, yeah, you want to see that one? There's no equipment to buy. There's no. There is equipment needed once in a while, but again, to give you an example, this machine, we sell it, we buy the machines, about a dozen or 2 dozen at a time. We pay 139 bucks for it, we sell it for 139 bucks.
Okay. So we're not making money off.
Exactly, you know, it's good and it's bad. The good side and the bad side is that because you offer them a great deal, they get a great deal, they're getting wholesale public, they'll come back.
So they're excited about the company.
To refer you to other people, and you'll get other customers. But again, it all really comes back to there's no risk, there's no equipment to buy. This is a big thing. Cancellation fees. We don't have them, you know. It is a little bit of a hurdle sometimes. You'll walk in and customers getting, let's say, a crappy deal, and we sit down with them and they really want to do business with us. But we find out that they're going to get hit with a $500 cancellation fee when they leave us. You know, we generally will tell a merchant, don't fuck yourself. Don't let me get a commission because, you know, whatever, you made a bad decision. But at that point, we generally just try to get his referrals.
Yeah.
Stay where you're at. You know, sometimes we can even earn that business and help him not get screwed.
Yeah.
Because you can bring it down to like maybe just a monthly fee or whatever. But the bottom line is no pain. We don't want to hurt anybody. You know, it's just
You're
business.
saying the other company would charge a $500 cancellation fee, so they're like,
Possibly.
I don't want to
So
switch
we're
because
just
I
trying
don't
to, we're just trying to keep them basically.
Right.
Trying to move on to something else.
Yeah. You know, we don't charge it. So we don't have any cancellation fees. So people can just leave us. So we don't treat them better. They ain't going to be around for very long. The competition will lock them down. They also sell them equipment like this stuff. It's proprietary, meaning they'll put their own chip inside, so nobody else can talk to that machine. So not only did they sell you a $2,000 machine that was worth 50 bucks.
So wait, the competition, they just charge them a fee and they just kind of like basically borrow the machine?
This machine, many of the competition will lease.
Okay.
So when you as a merchant buy it, you sign a 4-year non-cancelable lease with Northern Leasing or Integrated Leasing or some other third party. It'd almost be like buying a car. Now that contract for $40 a month is between you and the ABC Leasing Company.
Yes.
The processing company is out of it now. So now in addition to the 2,000 bucks you got hit for, he's going to try to hit you for a $500 cancellation fee. Right. So, again, no pain. You know, it's a merchant company with no pain. There's not many of us.
And they can just keep the machine even if they leave.
Yeah, use it with somebody else. Yeah, and then, you know.
It's like, there's like, if you like bring up those pros, it's almost like, why not?
Why would you
know?
not?
Exactly. It's
Oh,
like, I get to
absolutely.
keep the machine.
Absolutely, absolutely. We don't have a very good sales force, and I say that because I think we are very good in one hand, we're not very good in another. We're not very good at being pushy. You know, we're just not high pressure. We don't need to be. So subsequently, there's probably a lot of sales that we miss because we say, here it is, you want it or not, I don't really give a shit. It's the best deal in town,
Yeah.
but I gotta go.
Yeah.
You know,
That's good though.
yeah.
Like in a way, because it's almost like you're my friend, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm not gonna waste your time. And we really do have that when we approach a merchant, you know. We don't want to waste his time, because if it's not gonna work out long-term for us, it's just not what we're focused on.
Yeah, both on the big time, long term.
Yeah. So, a typical merchant, hair cuttery, lawn cuttery, whatever it is, you know, if we're charging them, let's say $10 a month, the profit, even at 5% or whatever, isn't gonna be that great, because he's not doing any volume, $100 a month or $500 a month or whatever. But I encourage reps to go out there and get that business, because number one, it's activity, right? It gives you a little education. You start to learn something now. I didn't become an engineer or an expert overnight. I read everything about this industry, you know, systems, whether it's gift cards, no matter what it is. We'll touch base on some of the products. But it truly is a career for me, and it's done pretty good for me too, you know.
Yeah.
But it's not, you know, it's not something that's that easily learned. So it's not going to be learned overnight. So again, go back to the same thing. It's a long-term. We got goodies. All right. On the website, I don't want to go through all of it and the videos and all that. You've seen a lot of the videos. Some of it, you've seen, you said, the
I think
videos?
some of it, yeah.
You have not yet? Check out the website. There's a half a dozen videos on it. And just to show you real quick, kind of the layout. The first time here button
Brings you to videos.
brings you, yeah, a bunch of, here we go. Bunch of different videos here. There's two tabs to take a peek at, then really look at. This is the services menu here, and it's the same services menu that's over here. All right, so if you want information on currency conversion, tap currency conversion, and then you'll see down here in the bottom left, there's going to be currency conversion documents specific to that presentation or that product. Currency conversion, it sounds like it's a pretty complicated thing, but if you think about it in simple terms, your lawn care guy, right? He goes out and he cuts somebody's lawn and he's going to get paid $500 for it. But the guy who's cutting his grass also owns a home in Japan. He has a house here and a house there. You didn't even think about it. Or his bank is Bank of Canada. Or his bank is, right, it's a foreign bank. So if you merchant are getting paid in US dollars, through your checking account, your business account, that was yen over there somewhere. So there's a fee for that. So when you start getting into the merchants, one of the first things that every one of them is going to ask you about is the fee. How much is your rate? What's your rate? What's your rate? What's your rate? It's all you're going to hear from merchants. And all you're going to do, the last thing, no matter what you do, is you're not going to say, I'm going to save you money. Our competition has gone through thousands of people, and they've been through a training class like this, and they train them all to go out and try to find that one merchant that's paying too much. You're going to save him some money on the rate, and he's going to love it. And then they're going to turn around and say, yeah, and all you have to do is lease this frickin' equipment for $40 a month or whatever. So they stick it to them. Merchants don't want to be stuck to anymore. Most merchants have gotten things figured out a little bit anyway.
Yeah.
So what we encourage you to do is go ahead, look, there's no risk. There's no equipment to buy, there's no cancellation fee, there's none of the games. These are the games that all of the games that lead to pain. And we just don't do it. We just don't have time for it.
When you go to the home screen on our website, it tells you no equipment fee, no
Right.
contract, no application. So if you guys need a reinsure, get a reminder of what we don't have
Right.
and what fees we don't have, and
That's right here on the homepage. One of the things I want to go back to real quick is, on the first time here, these products are things that we do. There's no way I can sit here in a classroom, even to pick one of them, and have a real thorough training class on, like, gift card. You know what a gift card is?
Yes.
You ever bought one? That one product, I could spend a week in a training class. And we haven't even talked about merchant account business yet.
Yeah.
So don't think you need to know the business to do the business.
Gotcha.
Okay? You're a phone call away from an expert. So You're gonna get hit with questions you don't know the answer. So you just need to get comfortable with the facts. Hey, I don't know that one either, but you know what, I can get to the answer and let me write it down. Anything else? You know, write down the questions they have, because chances are, or you know, we'll get back with them or whatever. Going into the products, electronic checks, we were just talking about paper-based transactions. Most merchants, we tell them don't bother with checks. Everybody has a debit card these days. Put it on a debit card, right? Some merchants, medical offices is an example. People mail in the checks. They don't have a choice to say no.
True.
They get the mail, they open the mail, there's a $10 check. What am I gonna do? I gotta drive to the bank and get a $10 check. It's gonna cost me $9 in gas, you know? So we got these electronic systems. It's set up in the other room. We'll show you. You take the check, put it into an imager. It goes, there's one check or it's 10 checks. Turns those checks into an electronic deposit. Take the checks, throw them in a shredder. Done. Everything's electronic these days. What happened after 9/11 was the terrorists almost did win. When there were, I forget how many billions of dollars a day sitting after 9/11 10 years ago, the planes were sitting on the tarmacs. They couldn't fly for a week, right? Well, the Federal Reserve was fronting, I forget, $10 billion or $10 trillion or some number a day, because these planes couldn't fly. The checks were in bags for the Federal Reserve underneath the belly of the plane. Some of them blew up when they hit the Twin Towers. Yeah, those documents, those checks, incinerated. So they had to come up with a new law of the land. It's called Check 21, where you don't need the physical check anymore. In the old days, before you guys remember, if you're talking to an old timer like me, you ask them, do you remember a day when they mailed you your checks back? They actually went all the way through the Federal Reserve System back to my bank, and my bank mailed me back my original checks in an envelope.
It's not working.
A lot of fucking work, you know what I mean? Seriously, you know, it really is a lot of work. So changing them all into electronic deposits just makes sense.
Easier.
Absolutely.
Everything's like
Medical claims processing has gone from a paper-based system to an electronic payments system. Anytime you can take a paper-based system and turn it into an electronic transaction, it's going to be more efficient. First thing people are going to say, oh, what about fraud? Okay, well, yeah, there's going to be fraud. There was fraud before. There's going to be fraud now. Okay? It was 10% before. It's 0.001 now. So, yes, there's fraud, though. You know? But interesting sidebar, one of the guys that we hired is Frank Abagnale. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom
I
Hanks.
think I might have saw that.
Oh, you guys got to go see this movie.
Is it about credit card?
It's about fraud in general, check fraud primarily. This guy that Leonardo DiCaprio played is a live person. At 16 years old, he looked tall like me, looked like his full-age man or whatever, and he faked being an airline pilot and logged millions of miles in the jump seat. You know what the jump seat is? Just pretending to be a pilot. There's
Okay.
pilot, co-pilot,
Yeah,
jump
exactly.
seat.
Yeah.
He was just riding shotgun, so he rode all over the world, just bullshitting his way. Bullshitting